Welcome back to this demonstration on producing a singing tone at the piano. What I'm going to do in this part of the video is to talk about when we have a melody and an accompaniment in the same hand, which happens, of course, very often. Let me show you with this example from the Etude in E, Opus 10, number 3 of Chopin, which we all know. Now, if you look at what goes on in the right hand there, I've got the tune which is on the top. Now I have to really listen to that, listen to what's left of this note, so that I can match it up here too. Do you hear me listening there to what's left of the sound on the long note, so that I can blend that, like a painter would do, into the beginning of the next sound? Now, the right hand also has to provide a chunk of the accompaniment. Some of it's in the left hand. Do you hear what's going on there? I've really got two hands that I'm holding up to you, the singing hand and the accompaniment hand in the bottom part of my hand. Now, it takes quite a bit of skill to be able to do that, but since melody and accompaniments often are in the same hand, I thought I'd just show you how we can develop a little bit the sensitivity to touch in the one hand. Double notes is the very best thing you can do. Any exercise in double notes, but we need to do this in a particular way. Let me avoid C major, go to D major. See what I'm doing there? Can you hear what I'm doing? I'm voicing my double notes to the top of my hand. Now, let me do that again. I'm going to voice it to the bottom. Do you hear now my lower note is sounding clearer, stronger? Now, I have already done a demonstration on double notes, so I would refer you to that for a little bit more detail, but you can practice it also like this. See what I'm doing there? Just replaying the top note. I can do it the other way. Replay the bottom note, but very lightly. I have an exercise I like to use, it's one of my own, which is where I have a duplet and a triplet between two, I call them teams. So if we look at the two teams in my hand, let's say my upper team is these three fingers, my lower team is these two, and I do this, 2 against 3. See what I'm doing there? My upper voice is stronger. And then I reverse that. Let me now change my team. So my top team is these two fingers, my lower team, these 3. So, you've got the idea. We do have this in the magazine. You can go from major to minor. You can go to diminished, just to vary that. So that's 2s against 3s in one hand. That's a very good way of developing independence between the two components of the hand. Let me move on to my example now of a chord stream. Now, a chord stream is really where we have a progression of harmonies, this time in the right hand, as everything else has been. Actually, I should say we do occasionally get melodies that are in the left hand as well, but it's the same basic principles that apply there too. So let me just take this extract from the Schubert C major impromptu, the C major Moment Musico that we have in the magazine. Now, I don't know if you noticed what I did there. When I played this chord stream, let me do it, I better do it properly first. Do you hear what I'm doing there? I'm voicing my chords to the top. So my top note is the strongest out of those 3. If I didn't do that, listen to how unfocused my sound would be. that we need. I think you'll be able to hear the difference there. I hope these ideas have been useful to you and that you'll be able to work a little bit more on how you can improve your singing tone at the piano. I look forward to seeing you again soon.